I do it all the time. Every time that I mute it, I forget, even though I tell myself I'm not going to forget. So I'm going to start over. Hey, hi, everyone. Glad to have you here to Connected Human Conversations again this week. And if you're new, welcome in. We are just going to have conversation about things that go on in our lives and events. We hope to give you things to think about, have you participate, ask questions or things that are on your mind that we can share here and have more discussion about. But mostly we're glad that you're here, place for community to gather, safe space where we get to just be. So welcome in and thank you for taking your time this Sunday evening to spend with us. Mike is not here with me tonight, but I do have the opportunity to have Brian Schulman back with me. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
It is. And so I'm going to be completely transparent. One of the things that was happening for me in preparing for the show is normally I have some sort of idea of what I want to talk about, something that's come out of conversations that I've had during the week or experiences that I've had during the week. And I was realizing that nothing had really sparked a huge topic in me, something that felt like it needed to be talked through more or really addressed more closely. And so we're just sort of going to go with it. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate your flexibility. A couple of things. Just the one thing I do want to start off with is just making everyone aware, if they don't already know, that Wednesday is Denim Day. And if you're not aware of what Denim Day is for, it's, of course, we wear denim. Jeans typically is what people do. And it's to raise awareness about sexual assault. And I will be posting later. There are some great resources that I want to share, but just to, again, along the lines of creating more transparency, creating more comfort, creating more support for anyone who's experienced that type of sexual trauma. Denim Day is, again, Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, and wear your jeans and support. And I would encourage you to share a post, say something, anything. It doesn't have to be about your own personal experience, just that a picture maybe or a quick video that you're wearing your denim that day and why you're wearing it. So that was one thing that was on my mind. And that was what I had so far.
Good show. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Any questions? Okay, we have a lot of our friends here, so let's find something to dive into. One of the things that I guess I have been thinking about is sort of how to manage your success. What happens when good things start happening? We've divined them, we've manifest them, and now they're happening. So there's been a lot for me since I joined LinkedIn, quite frankly. And I know there's people out there who are doing all sorts of great things. I know that, we've got, if Robert's here, he's starting a show. Dorothy is starting her show live. I've got Jen who does her show and just started that recently. There's all sorts of people who are stepping into their manifestations. And you've been living that for a while, Brian. Although I know new things continue to happen for you. Yes, you're living the dream. I know that, good things continue to happen to you, but you do and have had a lot of success. And I feel like for me, and I'm curious yours because I'm new to it, is there's this excitement and elation, but it also does bring up some other things for me, fear. And I know people talk about imposter syndrome. I wouldn't call it imposter syndrome. It's just sort of a pinch myself kind of thing, that it's really happening. So anybody out there has comments, and Brian, love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yes, I just I saw Kenny D has just joined us, so I wanted to just say hello real quick since I've said hi to everybody else, or F because I mistyped that, right? Yeah, I mean, look, it's really easy to question everything and question yourself and going after something or trying something new or I think it's all about knowing that it's okay to fall and that it doesn't always look the way you thought it might, and that's okay too, right? Because it winds up actually usually turning into something that's better unbeknownst to you at the time. But taking taking the steps is the important part, because that's what you're learning from. I mean, look at all the things that have happened for you just over the last 4 months, right? Since you came on a LinkedIn.
This is true. There's been a lot. And again, it's at times been really overwhelming. And, the pinch myself feeling. Quickly before I get into any of that, I want to say hi because I've fallen behind in comments already. But hi, Kelly. Always happy to have you. And I saw Jen and Dorothy.
D-Roo.
D-Roo is out there. And then some friends.
Toya.
I don't know Toya. So welcome in.
Toya's from Bali.
She is from Bali. What time is it in Bali right now?
I don't know. Brian is in from Toronto. I see.
Yeah, and Brian's new to the show, at least in comments as well. So thank you for finding us and participating. And gosh, we have so many friends. So lucky to have this community here. And Katie J, can we talk about Katie J's appearance? But we'll get back to all that other stuff. Can we talk about Katie J's appearance live? I don't know if you guys know this happened. If you weren't watching it, you may not know. Kenneth Dunner Jr. was in front of the camera on Saturday at Shout Out Saturday. And he may have just made, I'm pretty sure, actually I can say, he made my year just showing up to spend some time with us. So I love that. 8 a.m. in Bali. So again, Brian, the journey is important. And I think I tend to be a goal-oriented person. And you can laugh at me because I know I'm a goal-oriented person. But, in that, it's the do 19 things on your to-do list, and because you didn't do the 20th, you failed. So the idea that, it's a very long time ago, I wrote in one of my affirmation journals, it's like, you don't always reach your goals, right? Sometimes you actually give up on your goals. And there's not necessarily shame in that. And sometimes there's good reasons. Sometimes as we go, and find as I go and grow and experience new things that sorry guys, I got distracted by comments. Easy. I like something shiny. What I quote unquote want when I'm manifesting what I'm working toward changes its importance, right? I no longer feel that putting energy toward that is where I want to go. And so there's been a lot of goals in my life that I've abandoned. And it took me a while to realize that was actually a really healthy thing to do and not stick with those, but to allow them to change as I changed, and what was important, really be represented by what I was putting my energy into. That's my 2 cents on it. And now I kind of want to talk about something more fun.
Well, Jen made a great point, that her journey, in terms of her business, bringing it to life for the last handful of years was way different than planned, and better than what she even thought would look like. And that's again, a common thing, especially if you look at the last year in terms of pandemic. So, being adaptable to change and something that's going to consistently evolve, and more importantly, not knowing where it's going to go. I think, that's something that's not necessarily always easy, but when you kind of open yourself up to that, things that you never could have imagined happening will wind up happening if you open the space up for it.
It's a really good point. I mean, for me in my journey, I didn't imagine that I'd be doing this. This wasn't even something, there are some things that are happening that I sort of had this like, well, wouldn't it be nice? And I hope someday, I wish, but it doesn't fit into my life. And I don't know how I would do that. And how does someone figure out, to make that happen? I had a lot of that going on. And now much of it is coming to fruition, and is the universe is just showing me how it works. But there are things that I didn't even imagine for myself that are happening. And I think that's another thing too, is, sometimes our self-limiting beliefs, we just are afraid, or we don't spend time to create that image, that manifestation, for whatever reason. Because do I love what I'm doing now on LinkedIn? Yes. Am I happy? I'm ecstatic with the community. I'm ecstatic with the audience. I'm ecstatic with the the possibilities and the places I'm speaking, and that there's really going to be change, right? That what I set out to do is happening now. But I think often we limit ourselves by what we think based on our now.
Well, and what we think we're capable of.
Yes.
Right. And that's usually where that limit comes from in our mind, not in our ability, but in our mind. So it's all about just taking those steps, right? Like we were talking about earlier. You don't have to know where it's going to go. You don't have to know it is, and it's not about the destination, right? It's more about the journey.
Well, and I think some of it is the destination in the sense that creating something you want to go and something you can see. And I apologize, guys, for comments. I am not able to talk back to you at all. The LinkedIn is not liking me right now. Hi, Senor Payasada and Raquel. I see you in, and yeah, for me, the allowing myself for it to possibly be, or even knowing what it would look like, was limiting. And what I was capable of. Well, I was a speech language pathologist who had a private practice, and sort of half-assed said to her best friend, like, oh, someday I'd like to have a TED Talk, right? Or I want to write a book. But I never pursued it. I didn't even know how to pursue it. And then the things that, again, during this time in the pandemic, right, I always want to start by acknowledging that I have not experienced the worst of it. I've, kept my job. I have had a roof over my head. My friends and family have remained healthy. But before I go in talking about, silver linings and positives, really gave me the opportunity to look at what my goals were, and were they the things that I really wanted? Were they the things that were making me happy? Would moving up the ladder in administration really make me happy? Was that really what I wanted to be doing? And I struggle a bit now with what I'm doing, and that monetize has become the 4-letter word for that I shouldn't somehow, there's something wrong if I intend to make money off of sharing my story. And I think for me that's hard because, well, the money is required if I want to keep doing this, if I want to keep doing what I'm doing, and speaking and connecting with the people that I'm connecting with. But certainly, again, for me, that whole sit down and think about, what is it I've been working so hard for so long, and does it still suit me?
Yeah, and those things can change, right? In ways that we didn't think about. Like I was saying, I think there's things in your case that are happening right now in your world that you never thought about happening. They just transpired based on showing up and, building incredible relationships, and from those relationships, opportunities, being spawned, if you will. Yes, Kelly. Wait, bring that one back up real quick.
Yeah.
It's because here it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there, as I always say, right, there's a silver lining. Rena's here from Australia. Wonderful to have you, Rena.
Thank you.
Yeah, but there's always a silver lining, right? I mean, as bad as it all is, you. So my wife is shoving these amazing, what are those things? Chicken wings in her mouth. Yeah, I mean, there's always a silver lining, right? And there's always good that comes out of, the bad, the negative, one way or the other. And I think that's a good example, right? I mean, you look at the last, I think you've got delays on your side, just a heads up, because I'm seeing you frozen. It's you, because I see you on my phone, and it looks like you're choppy. Yeah, no worries.
I'm going to just get rid of LinkedIn altogether. Sorry, guys, I can't comment at all.
No, you're fine. I think it potentially could be if you turn off Snap and fix your camera, that might actually help, because it may be taxing your computer. Yeah.
I could do that.
Yes, but yeah, silver lining is just that there's good that's come out of it, right? I mean, look at all the incredible relationships that you've made with people, again, that have created opportunities like co-hosting multiple shows and having your own show and being a part of others. And I mean, just things that never would have happened if we wouldn't, like, literally none of this ever would have happened if we weren't growing through what we're all growing through the last year plus, right? So I think there's so much good, so many positive things that can come from change and struggle and
Well, we've
a
always,
global pandemic.
yes, a global fan. We've long said that, the growth is in the struggle, and we know that. And, honestly, even if what's happening now hadn't developed, there was so much change in just the slowing down for me, and really having that time. And yes, absolutely, the people that I have connected with, right? And if I look through the comments and think about the different stories that are there, every human has an amazing story. This is one of those places where, hi Maria, where getting on LinkedIn and getting to meet this community, right? There are amazing stories out there, and finding people to connect with on that level, definitely one of the silver linings. And again, I don't know, it just, for me, this place of being grateful is always important to me. And to recognize that, this is a privilege, and, having things that you've thought about, and I don't usually use hope and wish, but that you've hoped and wished for come true, is pretty cool. Now, I'm pretty sure Brian's not listening to me at all, and that's okay, because I know there's probably 5 people in his kitchen right now. But again, the community piece, and how to build that community, and how to bring people into your community. I'm here on Sunday nights because I want there to be a place for this community to gather. I want there to be a place for people to come and say hello to each other and connect with one another. And that's important to me. And I know that a community is important to you as well. Brian, are you back?
Yes.
Community is important to you as well. And we had talked a little bit about how to build community, or how to bring people into your community kind of thing. And I know you do it all the time. And I know, showing up authentically and positively and all of those things. And that's who you are, and that's how you do it. But I think for people, I guess there's a side of it for people who aren't feeling like they're connected.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point, right? Is to give people a space to come to where they don't feel like they're connected. Right. I mean, creating the opportunity for a place for people to come together just like this.
I think for people, I guess I'm trying to comment on my phone. I know.
Okay. You just have to turn your volume down on your phone.
I know that. I didn't realize my volume was up on my phone. But
yeah, no, I tell you just because I heard it.
I know. I'm sure everyone else did too.
Yes. No, Maria, this is not Shout Out Sunday.
No,
but yes, I see Michelle too. Hi, Michelle.
How are you doing that so quickly? What's happening? How do you do that?
How do I do what?
The commenting so quickly. I'm so far behind. I haven't said hi to anyone. And usually I'm pretty good at this.
I do it a lot. But if you go to the comments tab within StreamYard, you'll see all of them. They're actually right there.
Oh, no, I can see all of them. I'm trying to respond to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I have the phone next to me where I'm able to respond to people. And then I have it here where I can see it too. It's all just time. The more you do it, the easier it gets.
I'm curious from this community, what brought them here?
Well, you did. All of these connected humans coming together for conversations.
Connected human conversations. Okay. Hi, Tim. I guess so. I mean, I again, there's a place that it's hard for me. That's a pinch myself thing. Really, people are coming for me, to hear me blab on a Sunday evening, especially one where I really normally have no problem talking and have so many things I want to be talking about. And I'm sort of just wandering tonight. So I appreciate everyone for wandering with me, I guess. It's more of taking the journey together, I suppose.
Well, it is. And hey, look, this is a good point, right? You don't always have to know where you're going. Like, the most incredible things happen when we don't know when we're going anywhere. We just kind of walk into the dark, if you will. And not that I would recommend going and walking in the dark. I'm just saying, make sure you're in a safe space. But the unknown, right? It's walking into the unknown. Well, my dog is dragging his butt on the floor. What are you doing?
We're almost having a serious conversation.
We're having a serious conversation, and then my dog had to alert me that there's something important that he needs, apparently. So yeah, but I think it's, again, I mean, we don't have to know what's going to happen, where we're going to go. It's a lot of times just showing up.
This is
right. I mean, showing up and taking one step can either make something happen or nothing at all. But you're not going to know unless you show up, right? And look at all these people that are showing up, right? I mean,
well, and that's what I was just going to say is, like, there's some really loveliness that is going on, right? And
Raquel just said something that's really important. Most of us have no idea where we're going.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just, seriously, it's so true, right? And you don't have to know where you're going. I know that can be one of those things that someone says there's an echo. We have a couple of people saying there's an echo. Shout out to all the technical difficulties, apparently. Most people don't know where they're going. I mean, gosh, I've certainly experienced a whole lot of that. And yet, showing up and having others show up with you makes you feel, okay, I'm not alone. I don't know where I'm going, but
there's plenty of us who don't. So if we wander together, right, sort of thing. Well, and it's interesting because even just the comments, like I'm not, like, again, just what I said about community, and there's a whole nother, hey, Cass, the Wonder Dog. There's a whole nother conversation that comes up, like what people feeling part of the community, right? And that we don't know. And the reality is we don't need to know, like you said. And sometimes it's best to not know. I don't know, because then we don't hold on to the results. We're not tied to how it goes, where it goes. Sorry, I'm now going through comments. So Brian is at a zoo. No.
Yes, welcome to. Is that Senor Payasada that said that? Oh no, it's Raquel. I would have expected Senor to be saying something like, although he's in the jungle with the tigers and the bears and Tim's with the bears and the turkeys and the lions. I mean, look, like, straight up, I mean, we walked into this conversation looking to figure out which direction we wanted to go in terms of topics. Clock hit 5:00 and said, it's showtime. Let's just see where it goes. We didn't know where it was going to go, but we're here. You're here. We're having a conversation. And isn't that what it's about?
Because there's people who come here every week, right? And this is what we do. So we talk. And I think part of the human experience is being a little bit, like we said, lost. Like, I don't know, I have this show that I do every week, and normally it flows really easily for me, and I'm not flowing that same way right now. And to just show up, even though, right, it was sort of like, well, I have nothing to say. Maybe I just don't do anything at all. But at the same time, it's not who I am. And it's also,
But that is something, right? Just showing up is not just, you're showing up. You're showing up providing people with a space to show up, right? Like all of these amazing people that are showing up right now. Toya's on her way to the airport, going to Jakarta.
Ooh.
Yes. Well, have a wonderful trip. Safe travels.
Yes, please.
Um, yeah, I mean, look, like showing up, this is, again, it's a good example. I mean, showing up is the most important part. You don't have to know where you're going to go, what you're going to do, what's going to happen. But if you show up, Maria said, St. Patrick's Day, got a phone call from a new role at work. Shout out to that. You were at the show. That's right. Yes, exactly.
All right. So Katie J asked a good question. Why am I not flowing right now? It's a totally valid question. And I think for me, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. And so when I get overwhelmed, I tend to go toward like really scheduling things and keeping control on things and knowing what it is. That's what, like, the spontaneity part doesn't flow, because right now I'm in my, like, I don't know what would be the right family systems person. Thank you. I'm good. It's nothing bad. I'm overwhelmed with amazing things. Really, it's been nothing but.
Hey, wait, I want to share something real quick. I'm going to interrupt you because Rena said she's loving this conversation. It's so real and natural, and just show up. That's it.
Thank you.
That's it.
Well, I think part of the problem that I have is it's always supposed to be doing something.
But remember, showing up is doing something. See, the unfortunate part is you've been involved in my world way too much, and you see so much structure and everything that happens behind the scenes and feel like it has to be structured and all these things behind the scenes in preparation. And the reality is that.
Oh, yes.
Bali. Yes.
How about we do that? Toya, send me a connect request, please. Let's definitely do that.
Yes, I think we need to do a retreat in Bali.
Oh, yes, we're gonna. Okay.
Yes. We have Bali and we have Miss Veronica Bahamas.
Right? Yes. We also have. I don't know if you guys are connected with Janika Mayers. She's a good one. She's already invited Raquel and I to see her in Chicago. I love you guys too, and I really do appreciate it. There's nothing bad. It's really nothing bad.
There's so many good things right now that are happening, and it's all of those things that kind of pile on top of each other, and it's like, all right, segmenting those things out and just and rolling with them. It's just like anything, right? You when there's a lot going on, it's just breaking it down one step at a time. And I've certainly experienced a whole lot of that, and especially over the last handful of weeks with everything that I've had going on. It can get overwhelming because there's a lot going on, right? But it's good. It's a champagne problem, right?
I'm so grateful for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm so grateful for it. Please don't get me wrong on that. And just, again, it's a great question. What happens? I'm blocking myself, right? I am trying to get everything right. And in doing so, right, and it doesn't have to be right. I guess, yes. Let me lie a little bit to everybody here. It's about getting it right. It's about, like, nurturing my baby.
Feeling like you have to get it right.
Okay, feeling like I have to get it right.
But it's speech pathologist.
I know I do for everybody else. I do for everybody else. There's nothing bad. So I am feeling like I need to get it right because I feel like this is my baby. And I know this is not going to be my only opportunity. But when you're handed the opportunity for the first time, it's kind of a place of, I don't know, like I don't like being like this. It's not comfortable for me. It's not, space that I like to inhabit, but I feel like I'm plugged in.
Tim's asking because he said he's still hearing an echo, and I'm telling him that you're not plugged in, thinking maybe it could be that. But
is that better? It might be the surface. Well, I'm waiting to see it in the comments.
Now I'm just getting a different focal point of view.
Okay. I will work on that. So focus, not my strong suit either. So when there's a lot going on, focus is hard for me. Yeah. So
Kenny just asked a question, so I'm going to go back to it. He said, "Are you trying to get everything right or perfect?" And the reality is like, we're all perfectly imperfect, and I'm a perfectionist at heart for sure. I can certainly spend way too much time on things, and it's certainly crippled me in instances of being able to actually move forward. But good and done is better than perfect and not, right? And by the way, I mean, we experienced some of that today, right? You're getting ready for a featured speaking gig, and we had talked about creatively putting some things together, and I could have gotten it done for you in literally 5 minutes, but that wasn't going to help you. I wanted you to actually understand how to do that so that you could actually be able to go then do that again for the next and the next and the next and the next speaking opportunities that you have, right? And I fall down that rabbit hole too of just taking more time and no, it's not exactly where I want it to be, right? But again, good and done is better than perfect and not. And I mean, again, you walk into the show today, thinking, and I'm sure at one point in your mind it probably crossed it and went, I don't know what the heck we're going to talk about. I feel like a failure because I don't have any structure and I didn't know what we're going to talk about and I couldn't let you know in advance and blah, 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 right? And as our friend Miss Veronica would say, and the reality is it's not about that, right? It's just about, yes, that's right, Maria. It's just about those showing up part, right? Because here's the cool thing. I mean, look at all of the conversation sparkers that are happening right now by everyone that's showing up, right? That's it, right? It's happening. It's happening right there. And yes, that's right, Rena. Good and done. Just do your best is good enough. It is. If you're doing your best, no matter what it is, you're always
Right.
good.
And I'm I'm my higher self when I'm flowing and like laughing and doing all that. So this is actually really great for me. This has been wonderful. Thank you to the community for showing up for me because I'm here trying to show up for you. Not I am here to show up for you and always I get something back, but this is a little bit of feeling lighter and a little bit more. Yes, and I'm not trying to overcomplicate. Honestly, again, I'm going to get back to this feels like my baby. I feel like a new parent in the sense that like Brian just said, I've been asked to step into some different roles. So to be a speaker coming up actually this Friday at the Phenomenal Women Unite Summit. It's going to be on Clubhouse. Dr. Laura Cobb is the host of that, but it's not about me. The wanting to get it right versus perfect. It's more right than perfect, honestly, but it's not about me because it's my message. It's who it can reach and the impact it can have moving forward. And so I want to nurture this baby the best way that I know how and make sure I'm giving time and energy to this. And so it's for me stepping into a little bit of the unknown, right? I've spoken before, but not like this and not on this stage and all of that. And I don't mean to be overcomplicating. I'm not. It's just that's the problem when I get
Yes.
like again,
Look, it's literally, you know what it is? I'll put it into, I love examples, right? So it's like being a parent.
mm-hmm.
I mean, talk about this analogy of it's your baby, which I totally get, right? It's like being a parent. We don't necessarily know what the hell we're doing, but we do the best that we can and hope that everything turns out okay, right? Yeah, same thing. Don't have to have it all under control. I mean, Jesus, I don't know any parent that would say they've got it all under control. They haven't lost their mind. They, haven't ripped out their hair, haven't been, happy, mad, angry, sad, like life, right? I mean, things happen and we adapt, we evolve, we adjust, we pivot. And like I said, I mean, the reality is the most important thing is that you just do it. Like, she is an incredible speaker.
Well, and this is I wanted to say this is why having your community and the people who love you matters so much because Raquel loves me enough to tell me when she thinks I'm not on the right path, when I need constructive criticism. So I know when she says things like this, it's not just to reassure me, it's to remind me of things I already know. So thank you, Raquel. I appreciate that. So yes, I'm going to kick ass. Just know you all should be there. It is on Clubhouse. It's Friday. I'm speaking at 2:00 p.m. Pacific time. Would love to have you all there. It is, of course, something that's important and near and dear to me. And I will be speaking again about, my experience with sexual trauma and what we can do moving forward, which is really it. And have people hear my voice and hope that it resonates with them and know that it resonates with them. Tough love for your bestie. Yes. But okay, I'm done overcomplicating. See, it's all better now. Anyone believe me? I'll get there. These are important growing pains for me. And I don't feel pain. They're not like pain. Okay. So the Clubhouse thing, I think that I have, oh no. Yeah. Okay. If you are, what you need, you don't have to have an iPhone per se that you use to make your calls and your texts and stream. You need some device that has the operating system, the iOS operating system. So for me, I do it through my iPad, and I'm an Android user. So I was just able to sign up that way. They do ask you for your phone number, but it's not because it goes through your phone and your provider, and it has to be an iPhone. So if you have an iOS device, anything Apple, it can be a really old phone, maybe that you have in a drawer somewhere, like I do. You can use that. And if you have that and you still are not on Clubhouse, well, let me know. I have a few invites. If I don't have enough, I'll hit somebody like Brian up or Raquel or somebody there's people out there, I'm sure, that have some. So please let me know if you have the equipment, and I will do my best to get you a Clubhouse invite. Right. Raquel. Brian, that's your job.
Debbie, take a note. Yes. All
right. So no iOS. I don't know what to do then. It's right now very Apple oriented. So, well,
it is. They're working on. Deru says he has invites. Yeah, Raquel has plenty of invites.
Yay!
Yes. So there you go.
Thanks.
Invites for everyone.
Yay! An invite for you and an invite for you. And, I really appreciate that from both of you. Yeah, come see me speak. It's weird to say it, but yeah, please come see me speak.
Yes, absolutely. And that tone too, right, is there are a bunch of other incredible speakers that are joining you. Right?
Oh yeah. There are quite a few phenomenal women with just powerhouse, inspiring women. There are, I think there's 15 plus of us at this point who will be speaking, and such inspiring stories, such inspiring people. Love it if you come to see me, but for yourself, stay and watch the other speakers, because there's some really amazing things that are going to be happening.
Absolutely.
Maria, I absolutely love you for this comment.
Yes, because you're used to seeing me act like a lunatic all the time. So,
as I like to call it, Maria, it's the Very Serious Brian Schulman show.
Yeah.
So,
yes, exactly.
That's it. That's how it works. So, thank you to everyone. I appreciate the support, and just thank you. You know how I get. Just thank you. Just thank you is good. Thank you is good. Let's see. Oh wait, hang on. There's
Raquel is allergic to apple skin.
There you go. Right. When you don't know where a conversation is going, the places it can go.
Yeah.
Right? That's
the things you learn. The more you know, right?
There you go. The more you know, the more you grow. Thank you, Rena. Thank you, Maria. Okay, so talking about the journey and the destiny. On your journey, Brian, because we're doing the Very Serious Brian Schulman show. This is very serious. My Very Serious Brian Schulman. On your journey.
Yes.
what are some of the places that you enjoyed most in the getting there?
Well, I mean, look at the last year,
Mm-hmm.
right? The last year of this global pandemic. I mean, what an incredible journey it's been. I mean, again, if I'm looking at the silver lining of it all, I mean, so many opportunities have presented themselves because of showing up, right? And I talk about opportunities more from all of the amazing people I've been able to meet and that have come into my life and that, are a part of my life that otherwise may not have been, and the experiences that we've been able to have together, they're
I mean, you could just say
priceless.
you got to meet me, and that's
I mean, that's really what I was trying to say. If you didn't figure that out, LinkedIn fam, all the fams, wherever we are broadcasting across. Yes, that's really, really what it came down to. It was just
yes.
Deborah. Yeah. Yes. Brain used to get that one a lot too, Senor. Let's discuss Senor Payasada and his lack of showing upness lately. We've been worried about you, Senor.
We were, yeah.
We literally have not seen you. No, I don't know if anyone has actually seen you.
I have.
Has he shown up on somebody's show?
Not recently, but a while back.
I don't think we've seen him. Oh, you're so kind, Rena. I don't think, Senor, I don't think we've seen you for a year, literally. I think it's been a year. Tim, you can confirm. You're in the comments. Yeah, you used to join us. You used to join us on Saturdays all the time from the most awesome remote places, by the way.
Hence the jungle and the tiger.
The jungle and the tiger. Waterfall, a deserted car lot of some sort from really cool old cars. Yeah. But yeah, so I think, again, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just, for me, here's the thing too, right? Like, you never know. Senor Payasada is not real.
I think that Senor Payasada and Katie J might be the same person.
Oh, of course. They look so much alike too.
Well, it's not about looks, but they're like, do they ever appear at the same place at the same time?
There you go. No, I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I think the just the evolution of things. I had no idea where things were going to go, this last year, the journey, and look at me and Tim getting together. I mean, what an incredible gift, like we actually met in person just before, it was the very last conference before everything got shut down. Oh man.
That's amazing.
This guy is amazing.
D-Root is amazing. And you know what? I had the privilege. I got to speak to Stacy, his wife.
Yes, you did.
Totally was setting up something with D-Root to talk, and we hijacked it. And I got to hang out with Stacy for a bit. So D-Root,
awesome.
Yeah, we still need to set something up. But yeah, I'm glad your wife hijacked the conversation. It was really fun.
Yeah, they're both amazing. They're both amazing.
And I'm joking around, but seriously, they're
not amazing?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I mean,
was it too serious for too long, Brian Schulman?
Very serious.
Very serious.
Show.
Too serious.
Longest hashtag ever. Yes.
The people I have met, again, along the way, I joked like, oh, you're trying to say that you met me is one of the amazing things that happened. But without
that's a true statement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Without Raquel, outing me or shoving me onto LinkedIn, I wouldn't have met anyone that's here. And every single person that I have met that has become part of my LinkedIn family just brings them to my life. And we're talking about how D-Roo is amazing. But honestly, I could say that about everyone in the comments. Every single one of them are amazing. And every single one of them has their spark, their light, their, as we would say, neshama in Judaism, their neshama. And the fact that I get to experience all that makes me the lucky one, right? I am lucky that I met you. Other way around, you can say it for yourself, but I'm so lucky.
I'm lucky to have met myself.
Yes, something like
that. Okay, got it. Just checking.
Mm-hmm.
Very serious Nancy Deborah show. You haven't figured out what that look means yet. You'll. Yes.
Yes, I agree, Raquel. Tough. It was a good move, but the ways that I have grown from knowing the people I know on LinkedIn, I couldn't even begin to make the list. Right. I could begin to make the list, but I'd be there a really long time, because again, everybody's unique gift, our unique gift of being unique, right? We are not all the same. And that's what I love about it. And the fact that I can be sitting in my living room for the last year and have met these people is pretty amazing. And yes, he doesn't know how to be anything but hysterical. But for all of you that don't know, I was giving Brian the look of like, after this is over, after this finishes, it's like the look your mother gave you in public, and you knew that when you
we need to keep things serious, okay?
I'm not near my nose.
Can you please keep things serious? This is a serious, connected conversation we're having here.
Connected conversation.
Serious.
Very serious. Thank you.
Very serious, Nancy Deborah.
I mean, it's so funny. You have a really serious side, but I will say, since having gone on LinkedIn, stop it. The glasses.
This is a really serious conversation.
I've been much less serious since I got on LinkedIn. Yeah. I will say, how can I not?
Yes.
Yes. You
snorted. It's very important to lighten the mood,
Yes, we're good at that. We're good at that. So, I don't know. Okay, you go, because now I've talked for a while.
Hey, tell us where you're tuning in from. We'd love to know where you're joining us from today.
What's your favorite cereal?
No, it's wrong show. Yeah, we should get Veronica to join us in the comments and just totally screw with her and tell her shout out Sunday and what's good Sunday and yes, all the things. Oh, that's so sweet, Raquel.
Oh, thank you, love. Yeah, Brian keeps me, certainly keeps me laughing. I will say.
Isn't that important?
It's so important.
It's so important that we laugh, isn't it? I mean, because otherwise you could be crying and that's not as much fun. I mean,
it's not nearly as much fun.
Senor Pasada, are you going to give me a piggyback ride? What are you saying? I'll carry you.
I'll carry you?
Okay.
Oh, good. Yes, it's hard to be serious with them. I will say, my life is a lot more laughter. It certainly is lighter. Hey, listen, being on LinkedIn has helped me find my purpose and pursue it.
Amen to that.
And be able to pursue it. So there's,
thank you, LinkedIn.
Thank you, LinkedIn. Thank you to my community. Thank you to everyone who listens, who shows up because I show up.
Yes, what am I always saying? Your tribe is out there waiting for you. All you have to do is show up.
All you have to do is show up. So I show up. Yes.
And don't worry, if you want to understand how you too can have these awesome, like I'm in fourth grade again, little butterfly jobbies, Nancy Deborah is going to do a tutorial next Sunday. On connected human conversations. That's right.
Yes. But in preparation for the tutorial, you're going to have to jump on Amazon and get yourself some little jobbers.
Those things.
These little things. Now we're tilted. Yeah. This is because I need a haircut, and without them in.
This is because I need a haircut.
Got haircut. My hair.
Oh wait. I'm not going to do it.
My face. Your hair doesn't take over your face.
It does if I let it, but I don't want it to do that. So that's why.
Well, hence the jobbies, right?
Shout out to the jobbies.
Hey, let's think of words that lawyers use only. Hence.
Jobbies. Hence, therefore.
Forth to.
With to coming.
Wherefore art thou?
All of those things.
Yes, all of those things. And now we're just amusing ourselves. Hopefully,
I was just having that conversation with somebody. Actually, I don't even remember. Who was I talking to? I don't remember who I was. It wasn't you. I was talking to somebody about lawyering and how it's a whole nother language, and you have to learn the language, which most people don't. And hence that's why you need to have lawyers to talk to other lawyers and decipher lawyer language, and for them to speak lawyer and then not translate it to you, but all the.
Well, it's like the classes, you have to learn how to speak lawyer in, whatever, because it's a really good racket when you think about it. And KDJ wants to see the hair.
For Kenny, I'll do it. Do you know why? Because if you didn't know, Kenneth Dunner Jr. made his second ever live stream appearance on a show. Gabe was the fortunate one. Again, I'm not happy about it. Gabe was the first one to get him on, and I was the second.
Okay, can I be the third? Come on, Kenny. Kenny, make your thing now. You're just going to show up everywhere.
Kenny made his second ever live stream appearance on a show yesterday on Shout Out Saturday Live. Yes, just like that. Yes. So see, this is bothering me already. Yes.
Yeah, but yours doesn't take literally.
Over what? Oh, I could throw it all over him from my face, but that'd be extremely annoying, and I don't want to do that. So there you go, Kenny. That's for you, buddy. Just taking the hair down and gonna put it back up again.
Let your hair down. I know, yes. But I'm like, KDJ, come on. You're gonna come on today for me? I don't want to end up being like, yeah, I was the 754th live thing that you did.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be the third, right? I mean, he'll join you.
He can come whenever.
He can. No pressure. We love you. Fabio.
I love that there's no pressure now, yet you gave him nothing but pressure.
Oh yeah, no, I encourage the pressure. Hey, listen, it's a difference, but this was not pressure. This was encouragement.
I see.
You see, yes. Thank you very much. Are you talking about Nancy? Yes. Encouragement is the words that we use. Encouragement,
Or incentive. We like to use incentive.
We incentivize. Right. We encourage all of you to, But, there's an underlying tone to all of that.
Right? I'm sorry. Are you saying you don't like my tone?
Shout out to your tone.
Thank you.
You're very toned.
Yes.
Yes. Those toned cheek muscles you have there from all that smiling happening. Yes.
Well, it's almost time to say goodnight. So we pretty much made it through.
Yeah. Shout out to that, as Maria Rouse says.
Shout out to that. And, wandering isn't bad. I like wandering. I like laughing. I feel a responsibility to my community, but I thank my community for telling me that all I need to do is show up.
That's it.
And remind
Why?
You. Because amazing things happen when we come together.
Yes, and
incredible
things too. Yes, that's right. It's true. It's true. You don't have to know where you're going. You just have to show up, and that's a lot of times the coolest part is what happens then, which you don't know, but what happens then, and you look back in reflection and go, "Hey, that was cool.
That was pretty cool." And we've given the world an idea of what it looks like when you and I work together, of how productive we are when we go back and forth like this all the time.
That's right. Exactly. And, right. The cool thing about live streaming, right, is it's all just about a conversation that's happening and between all of us.
What I like about live streaming, you can't husband me when we're live streaming.
Okay.
It's true.
Brian, that's right. We are better together, Raquel.
We are better together.
Yes.
Brian once referred to me as the female version of him, which is slightly scary. And yet, Kamakshi, it's coming up. It's Sunday. It's this coming Sunday again. I will be with Brian Schulman, and we will be at the Universal Video's first workshop. Yes, you're over there. No, Nancy Barrows, bad.
Stop poking me.
Anyway, see, I'm trying to be helpful here, and you've got me distracted. Anyway, Universal Video's first ever workshop. Brian Schulman and I will be there speaking. If you do not know Kamakshi and you do not know about Universal Video, please, please, please do yourself a favor. Find out about everything going on. Let me give you drop just a little bit of a tease here. Kamakshi is the founder and CEO of Universal Video, which is basically bringing real life education and skills to people for free, and she is 18 years old.
Yes, and she's bringing those skills to those that don't get those skills in school, because those aren't classes that they're teaching. And yes, she has just turned 18, a senior in high school, and she is the founder and CEO of a nonprofit.
Yeah. And she's bringing
hello
really practical things. She actually gave an example on Shout Out Saturday about, like, and again, there's different things about balancing a checkbook or paying taxes that we're not necessarily taught in school, but you need those skills in life. And so the amazing part that she's thinking about it at her age and her wisdom at her age, but that she is finding a way to provide all of it for free. That
yes,
for free.
And we only bring up Kamakshi's age because, like, when I was just turned 18, I was certainly not doing and thinking about the things that she is. So it's incredible. It really is. And Kamakshi is a winter VIP Upkey intern alumni, and an incredible. Yes, Raquel, you do need to have her on your show. She's amazing.
Kamakshi, definitely connect with Raquel for sure. For sure. That would be a great duo right there.
Yes.
Yes. And KDJ is.
Yeah, he wants to be a fly on the wall after the show ends and wants to know what we talk about. So shout out to that.
I think you're expecting a lot more and a lot more interesting than actually does really happen. Oh my gosh. Robert, you did not miss anything. We were sitting here being asked.
Hey, Robert Murray. Hey, yeah. Robert, I just got to say, just to hijack a moment, Robert, so Robert did a post on Friday of him holding 3 big boxes of Captain Crunch, like stacked. And he had this look on his face like, I can eat all these. And it was a post in prep for Shout Out Saturday. We love you too, man. And it was awesome. He's like, this is my favorite cereal, and you guys got to come show up for Shout Out Saturday. And I thought it was really cool, actually. And Robert, I think you've started a trend. Not that I've seen anyone else do it yet, but I
already took my picture, but I didn't send it.
That's amazing. See, so Friday nights before Shout Out Saturday, or Friday before Shout Out Saturday, that would be awesome to see you guys take a picture with your favorite cereal, and that you're excited about the.
Going to go back on replay and see how many times we talked about your show.
Oh, I don't know.
How many times do you think I love Shout Out Saturday. Like, that's
thanks for the jab, by the way. That was cool.
It was a little bit of a jab.
With the positive reinforcement after. I love Shout Out Saturday.
I do. That's an amazing place where
if you were a good host, you'd have a topic for us to talk about, but I'm just trying to there's the face. Do you see the face? So, you know what face that was? That's the Miss Veronica, I will slap you silly if you call me Auntie Veronica face. That's what that was.
I just want everyone to take a minute and realize that
I'm just trying to drag out the next 2 minutes of the show so you can end it. Do you see
Brian Schulman is not that amazing, nice unicorn human that you all make him out to be.
Did you call me a unicorn human? What was that?
A unicorn human. Like, you're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. You're always spreading love and positivity.
So I'm not a one of a kind human who spreads love and positivity. I'm something else.
You completely. Are that, but that's not all you are.
That's right. You are not all that you. There it is again. We should just let Nancy sit there like that for the next 60 seconds before the. That's right. Don't call her Auntie Veronica. She will slap you silly. There's actually, we heard the story behind that, but I'm not going to tell you where it happened because I'll get slapped silly by the host of this show if I talk about that show.
No, please speak freely.
Oh no, that's all right. It's all good. But hey, look, you know what? We got through an hour of conversation without knowing what we were going to talk about.
Yeah. Well,
hey, look, it's Mark Lee. Mr. Sexy Man's in the house.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Hey, Mr. Sexy Man.
We have a new hashtag. We have a new hashtag for Mark Lee. So
what's your name?
Mark,
I just want you to know that song has been stuck in my head since last Wednesday. I literally every day I find myself singing that song. Yes. Morrisville, North Carolina. Yes. I haven't traveled in so long. I don't expect to be getting on a plane anytime soon, but I would love to. I miss traveling with a bow on it.
With a bow on it.
Absolutely.
We can.
What kind of bow, senor?
Is that the unicorn that gets the bow? What gets the bow?
Nancy Deborah.
Yes.
The bow.
I get the bow.
You get the bow. with the face, the bow face. Shout out to the bow finger.
Right.
Hey, we're really we're really happy that that all of you could join us tonight. It was really awesome to see all of you showing up, and I'm glad that I could, by no stretch of the imagination ever fill in for my dear friend and little brother Mike Paterano, but always wonderful to the last two times be here with you guys. And I think Nancy's cheeks are hurting from smiling too much. What do you think? Can you see that? Look at those cheeks. Sort of like my cheeks hurt. Like
It's not an unusual thing, but
yeah.
yes, thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for always showing up. Thank you for the support. Thank you for engaging with us and with one another in the comments. Love you. This is why I show up every Sunday. Yes, we've got our little and a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and just be you guys out there this week. Let other people see the things that we see and that we love. And thank you for growing my community every week. Say good night, Brian Schulman.
Good night, Brian Schulman.
I knew you were going to do that. Anyway,
Yes.
Good night, everyone.